Hey everyone, good morning. Today is September the 1st. Welcome to the month of September. We are in peak hurricane tropical storm season. I'm cruising next week, so fingers crossed on the weather. We shall see. I know there's some storms coming in, but hopefully everything will be great. Today we're going to do a little cruise news. We're going to go through the cruise news of the previous week. It is Labor Day weekend, so I'm not going to do a live stream this morning. Just going to pump out some news, and we'll see everybody for the live stream on Wednesday. So let's go get into the cruise news. Hey everyone, John here from Byte Size Cruises. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, we are a travel agency trying to give you the best information possible about cruising so that you can plan to go on an amazing cruise vacation. If that sounds good, we'd love for you to like and subscribe to this video if you find it helpful at all, and come along and join us on this journey. Also, we have a brand new channel. It's called Byte Size Travels. There's a few videos on it. We would love for you to check that out. I'll drop a little link down in the description. I'll put it up here on the screen as well. We would love for you to subscribe to that channel. It doesn't cost you a penny. Just come check it out and join us on these amazing travel journeys. Today, we're going to talk all about the cruise news of the week. And our first story is from Royal Caribbean. So I think a lot of people know this. When you're on a cruise, no matter what cruise line, there are not a lot of food options late at night. So sometimes you have maybe just like Sorrento's if you're on Royal Caribbean, if you're lucky. A lot of the other ones close early. The buffet closes, Windjammer closes by like 10:30, 11. They usually close before that, but sometimes you can get like late night snacks in there. Even on other cruise lines, at least Norwegian has Oceania's or the local that's open almost 24 hours. You can go in, you could sit down, you can grab some food. But most cruise lines don't really have a late night option. So Royal Caribbean has quietly been testing something out. Read an interesting article on thestreet.com this week where they're trying out a little mini buffet in the casino area. So this way, if you were at the casino, I think everybody knows one of the primary goals of casino operators, land or sea, is to keep you in the casino. Which is generally why they give you free drinks or some variation of free drinks. The air conditioner's pumped up there, and they are now putting out some food late at night so that you don't wander away, try to get room service. There's really nothing going on at night. So it might be just like little canapes, maybe some mini like egg rolls or some pizza or little things that are there. They've been testing this out on Wonder, and I'm assuming that this is going to come out and they're going to try this on a few other ships, but it is something really interesting to think about. Hot and cold snacks in there, kind of like what they do in the Diamond Lounge or the Crown Lounge now, where they have little finger foods, cheese and crackers, fun things like that. So something to look at if you enjoy gambling, or if you're on Wonder of the Seas, go check it out and see if they have the little buffet down there in the casino area. Next bit of cruise news, Holland America has opened up their bookings for the 2026 Alaska season. We have some exciting news this Wednesday for Alaska in 2026. Not going to be Holland American, but it's going to be the same umbrella, which is Princess. So there are 6 ships that are going to be in Alaska this year in 2026 for Holland America. It is going to be the Eurodam, the Koningsdam, the New Amsterdam, the Noordam, the Westerdam, and the Zandam. That's a lot of ships in Alaska. So they're all going to be doing various sailings from either Seattle or inside the Alaskan Passage there. They'll be doing 7-day, 14-day, and even longer cruises there. So this is really exciting. Alaska has really been ramping up since the pandemic. It's gotten more and more popular. I think we're getting close to capping that area. As we know, MSC is going to be jumping in 2026 to the Alaska realm. I'm excited to see what goes on there. It's probably only going to be one ship, but there are more and more options in Alaska, but we're getting to the peak. We're getting to the point where Alaska and the inhabitants there don't want over tourism, so they're going to put some type of caps in place. But we are getting close to the cap, but there are a lot of options out there. Highly recommend you try out Alaska. It is definitely a bucket list adventure. Next up, out of nowhere, I had no idea this was coming, Norwegian Cruise Line rolled out a new app yesterday. It's a new mobile app. You can download it on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. This is not an update to the current app. This is an entire new app. It looks completely different. I'm very excited about this. I always thought the Norwegian app was okay. Wasn't great. It's got the basic functionality in there. It was a little glitchy at times, and you really didn't have that full functionality of being able to do everything that you could do on like the Royal app or even the Carnival app. So I'm really excited about this. I downloaded it, I looked at it, it looks pretty smooth. I can't put it up on the screen because it has my reservation numbers in there. We're not gonna play that game. So I do like the app, it looks beautiful. It's gonna take definitely some getting used to. It's vastly different. Looks a little bit more like the Royal Celebrity app, but it is really nice, and it is a wonderful change that I'm very excited about. I hope the app is awesome. They're going to be rolling this out on different ships throughout the course of the rest of the year. So it's going to start rolling out right now on Viva and Breakaway and a few other ones that are leaving in the next few days of the Jewel. Then September, it's going to roll out to Dawn. Then October, it's going to roll out to Jade, Bliss, Epic, and Prima. It's just going to keep going from there and there and there. So it's already been rolled out on the Encore. So go check out the new app. Obviously, all of your reservations for moving forward after this year are already in there. You could look at them. You could do a bunch of things in there. I'm going to explore it more today. And then the onboard functionality will be rolled out for the rest of the year with the rest of those ships. Really, really interesting. Very excited about that. Next up, Norwegian has also unveiled their 2026 spring and summer. Very exciting, really cool itineraries. They're doing a Baltic cruise, which I think is awesome. They're doing more Iceland cruises where they're going to have overnights in Reykjavik. There's going to be overnights in Copenhagen and overnights in Istanbul. They're going to be offering 22 overnight stays in Europe for the season, which is great. They're doing a little more longer immersive voyages, which again, I think is really great. The older, smaller ships are going to be doing these more immersive voyages. The shorter cruises that are going to just like do little stops are going to be doing less immersive, which are going to be going to more private islands, different things like that. So this is exciting. That's going to be the Sun, which is doing the Baltic ones. The Sky is going to be doing Northern Europe. And the Star is going to be doing the Iceland ones, and Viva is going to be doing Western Mediterranean and the Greek Isles. The other thing that I think is super interesting about these in particular is 2026 is coming fast and furious, and it's interesting because Royal Caribbean, when they have a new ship, they blast it out there and you can book like 2 years in advance. Which star you can already book on, and you know, the more that are coming. So I'm really interested because we're getting close to unveiling spring and summer for Royal. And I'm really excited to see what's going to be up in Bayonne. We've had Symphony for 2 years now. This next year will be the second full year of Symphony. We've had Liberty now for 2 years. We had Anthem for 2 years. So I'm really eager to see what ship. I'm really hoping we get like Wonder or maybe Harmony or Allure, something different from the Oasis class. Would love to grab one of those ships up here. Obviously, I don't think we're gonna get Utopia anytime soon since it's doing 3 and 4 days down there with all for the next few years at least. And we can't get Icon ships because they can't go under the Verrazano. They're a little too big. So exciting to see what's going to come next out of that. I'm very, very excited for that. Next bit of cruise news, Carnival announced some cruise news about their private island and not their brand new one. They introduced some cruise news about Half Moon Cay. They're now going to be changing this. It is currently a tender port. So, you know, tender ports are really rough going sometimes. If the weather's not great, you can't port there, it becomes a little bit of a nightmare, and that is terrible if you're expecting to go there. So they're gonna build a dock, and they're also gonna make it available for Excel class ships, which is very exciting because you can't go there right now in an Excel class ship. Again, this is going to make these private islands more accessible. They're going to be on more itineraries as the ships get bigger and bigger because it's going to be less immersive, less able to go to smaller ports and different things like that. So these private islands that are going to keep coming out are going to be a bigger part of cruising as we move forward. Speaking of small ports, Tampa is getting an ultra premium class ship. They are getting the Oceania Insignia. This is a Norwegian brand, Oceania. It is ultra luxury. They're very small ships, suites, kind of low passenger count. I think it's 600 and some 670 passengers is what is on that ship. There's a dedicated crew of 400, so it's almost 1-to-1 crew to passengers. That is incredible. These are very, very nice ultra luxury ships that are going to be doing amazing sailings to and from Tampa. It is going to be going to Southern Caribbean, which is beautiful. You're going to be doing Bridgetown, Barbados, Aruba, Montego Bay, Cozumel, Costa Maya. They're going to be doing San Juan, St. Martin, Antigua, Dominica, St. Kitts, St. Croix, and the British Virgin Islands. And it's going to be doing Cozumel, Belize, Roatan. So a bunch of Eastern, Western, and Southern Caribbean, and even some Panama Canal cruises in there. There's a 10-day Panama Canal and a 20-day Panama Canal that also goes to the Southern Caribbean. These are great, and I think if you really look deeply into the pricing, I think some people think these are going to be super expensive. And don't get me wrong, they're expensive. But if you really dig into the pricing, if you go on a Royal Caribbean cruise, it's vastly different and mostly different audiences. But if you look at the price you pay after you pay for the drink package, after you pay for your excursions, after you pay for all of the little nickel and dimey things that we don't really realize sometimes that we're paying for, I think you're going to find that it's much closer than you think to go on one of these ultra luxury brand ships, if that's something you're interested in. I am, for the most part, I've talked about this a lot, not super interested in these ultra luxury brands. I've been on Silversea. It's amazing. The level of service is amazing. The food is amazing. The entertainment for what it is very good. I just get bored on those type of ships. They're just small. There's not a lot going on. I like a lot of things going on. So for me, it would make more sense to stay in a suite on a contemporary ship than it would be to go on one of these ultra luxury ships. But as I get older and I get tired of whatever, maybe this will be a better option for me. Or maybe you just like this little extra bougie lifestyle and you're not really interested. You're going on vacation to relax and to read and just to be pampered. This is probably great for you. That is really, really awesome. And then last bit of news, as we all know, Royal Caribbean has placed another order for another Icon ship. So it looks like they might wind up with another Oasis class ship after this to make it 7, and then three more Icon class ships, just massive ships. And we haven't even heard about the Discovery class yet. So crazy, crazy group of cruise news stories today. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Again, we would love if you like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a ton. Go check out our other channel, Byte Size Travels, and we will see everybody tomorrow. Happy cruising. Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Bye.